Hello, what up, people? Yeah, I know everybody's probably saying you always wear the same shirt over and over, but I can't help it. It's my favorite band. Wish the E can go, but anyways, yeah. So about this, I've recently heard about a World Trade, not a World Trade Center. What am I thinking, dumbass? Anyways, the ah, Statue of Liberty attack, and during World War One. I don't have any memory about this recorded. Like, although I did watch a video on YouTube about it, and they're saying that history tried to rub it under the carpet, so to speak, like erase it from history. And apparently, it's uh, it's a reason why people can't go up to the what is it? The arm where she's holding a torch. Apparently, you used to be able to go up there and take pictures and shit like that. You know what I mean? Oops, sorry. I know I got a quit swearing. Can't help it though. It's force of habit. Like I said, I'm a sailor. I can swear like a sailor if I want to, but I'm gonna try to censor myself as much as I could because I hear YouTube starting to censor videos that have swearing. Anyways, as I was saying, I, like I said, I've never heard anything about this Black Tom Island explosion, but apparently it took out like half of the New Jersey's. Hold on, my throat's kind of parched. Explosion was so brutal and loud that it blew out all the windows in New Jersey. Kind of freaky. And there's 5 deaths and a lot of injuries. Uh, but like I said, I've never heard anything about this in my history class or studies on the World Wars 1 and 2. So yeah, I've never heard anything about a German attack on American soil during the First World War. Don't make sense. But anyways, to the point of why I'm making this video. Okay, so I decided to look into this whole history of the Statue of Liberty. And I figured, well, if you look up, I know it's been never been announced about this whole thing. Like, they're trying to sweep it under the carpet, like I said before, but now it's coming forward and stuff like that. Like, I don't know. So I figured, well, let's look into this. Let's see if any history books say anything about this damage happening. So I got a book. This one's called Enlightening the World. And it's all about Lady Liberty, of course. And through this whole book, I never got finished reading it at all. I'm still going through it. I'll get making a part 2 to this. So this is just basically part 1. But I've been reading some of this, and in none of the chapters do they mention a World War One attack. Like, I know a lot of people are saying, yeah, but you just said history swept it under the carpet. To that I say yes, but I mean, you figured like all this new information is supposedly coming out about history, that they're saying that, oh, this is erased history. Like, people tried to sweep this under the carpet and forget about it. But okay, let's just say this. Let's say this does actually go into fruition. Like, everybody, like, maybe somebody will publish a book about the attacks and what happened. Like, I mean, like, it just doesn't make sense to me. I asked this one library guard when I was leaving, before I left, because sometimes I approach people, but lately I haven't been really approaching people, because these days, I swear, this timeline, people are extra jerky. Like, they don't even acknowledge you when you try to talk to them. Like, I just tried to have a subtle conversation with somebody at the library, and they just looked up at me, and like, just looked up at me and looked back down. I mean, I know it can't be because I'm native. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, a lot of people say racial tension's gone, but these days I don't think so, because I was trying to talk to people, like, just get subtle conversation, because I found a Stanley Kubrick movie from 1953, and I was like, holy shit, how old was Kubrick? Like, I didn't know he made a movie from 1953. Like I said, never heard of it before. The only movies I've ever seen from him was 2001, The Shining, Full Metal Jacket, um, and what's the last movie he did? Oh, Eyes Wide Shut. Very trippy movie. Weird. Anyways, as I was saying, yeah, in this book, they don't even mention the attack on Black Tom Island. And I've even heard of that island. Like, what the hell's Black Tom Island? Even this other thing that they're saying that the Lady Liberty is no longer on Ellis Island. Like, what? They're saying it's on an island now called Freedom Island. And I have never heard about that island at all. Like, what the heck's that? When did they move that? I don't know. Weird stuff has been going on during this Mandela effect shit and everything. And it's like the way people are starting to, like, the longer this Mandela effect takes hold of people, people are just totally getting to a point where they just agree with anything they see on the media or read about or hear about in this timeline. Like, it's just awkward and weird. Like, I had back to my conversation with this guy from the library. He was saying that he remembers that attack during World War One. So I decided to play along with him. I said, "Okay, yeah, it happened in during World War One," and he just agreed with me flat out. Said, "Yes, I heard about that." And I said, "Yeah, it's from Black Tom Island. Germans came, put a bomb on that island and blew up, and impact was so bad that it was in Jersey." And when I was telling him all this information, like everything I found out about this, like I was even leaving out some key facts, but I was giving out the main facts that there's like 4 deaths, a lot of injuries, and the way he looked at me when I said there's 4 deaths and a lot of injuries, he kind of looked at me like, what? Because, well, like the story goes, it's an explosion. Like, when you hear about an explosion, you don't hear about, 5 people dead. You don't hear about 4 people dead, many injured. What you hear about is 4 people wounded, many people dead. That's the way I see it when you hear about an explosion. But yeah, this security guard, I'm not naming his name because he's a regular guy there. Like, I see him there every day. Big guy, pretty solid black guy. Anyways, yeah, he said he was like tripping out on all the details. I was telling him about it, like Black Tom Island, and then he brought up this question, which kind of got me thinking. His question was no, this is his question. I'm not saying was twice. Trying to sound like an idiot. Anyways, he said this: was the Statue of Liberty even standing during World War One? That just got me thinking, but I just countered it by saying, well, they say it was standing because they say that a lot of the damage from this explosion was in her arm and where the torch is. That's why nobody can go up there anymore. And once I said that you can't go up to the torch, it was like something kicked into his head, and he's like, "Oh yeah, okay, that's why you can't go up into the torch anymore." I was like, okay, whatever. But yeah, that's the conversation I have with this guy, and like he had mixed like opinions about this thing. Because first he agreed that yes, there was indeed an attack on during World War One. But then once I started giving up the details, his agreement started dropping and his curiosity started raising. Like, I don't know, like, this Mandela effect is totally affecting people. Like, it's got to a point where people are being rude to you. Like, like I said, like, I mean, I get that I'm a native. Like, I'm used to people not talking to me. But every single person around me ignoring me, that just kind of got me here, because I was trying to have settled conversations with people. And nobody would acknowledge me or even talk back to me about the questions. Like the whole Cubic question. I was like, 1953? How old is Cubic? This one guy's looking through this other DVD pile. He looked up at me. just looked back down and started carrying on again. So when I went to his side, not to be a dink, I was just looking around. I went to his side and I seen this DVD. I was like, oh, a classic. Help. Love this. Again, he just looked at me and rolled his eyes. I don't know. Maybe this Mandela effect is also affecting people's actual response to normal conversation. Because I was trying to talk with this guy, like just. But then he walked away from me, and I was like, "Great conversation. You're a great conversationist." People around me laughed. They totally agree with me because I was trying to talk to this guy this whole time, but he was ignoring me. So I just gave up. Anyways, that's my video today. Yeah, I looked into this whole Lady Liberty attack on America. Nothing. But like I said, I still got to read the book. I just skimmed right to the part when they did the unveiling, and the only thing they talk about in this, it goes right up to fruition. No, right up to like the concept. Right here. So it's the idea, champion of liberty, bounds of friendship, French sculpture, blah blah blah, all this shit, and it just goes right to the unveiling. It has nothing in here at all about the attack, but as I mentioned before, and a lot of people out there are probably just saying, you just said there's nothing in the history books about it. Well, yeah, but it's been like how many? It's been like going on a year now since this information has come out. You'd think somebody would write a book about it, for fuck's sakes. Sorry for swearing, but this is just very frustrating. Like, I've never heard about this incident. I've never seen this. I've never seen anything about this incident growing up in school. But I'm just gonna leave it like this. I'm past the 12, going past the 10-minute mark here. Anyways, yeah, have a good day. Keep looking around for Mandela effects. Like, this is my debunker right here for this thing. Like, but like I said, everybody's just gonna be ragging on me in this video about, you just said there's nothing in history written down about it. But still, my argument back is why? Why something like that big? You can't just sweep under a carpet. I mean, you can't spill a bunch of milk and then sweep it under the carpet. It's going to stink. Eventually, people will start smelling the bad milk. Just like this incident. You can't sweep an explosion. Like, people are going to look into it and find out, yeah, maybe there was an explosion. I doubt this is true. Because people say that the Statue of Liberty's arm, I know I'm supposed to end this a long time ago, but this is it's my argument. A lot of people say, well, it says in history that the arm has been closed since that incident. For 100 years, nobody has been able to go up to the torch. And yet there's so many people coming forward saying, we were in the arm like in the 70s. We were in the arm in the 90s. We were in the arm during 2000s. Like, you look online, you'll see people posting their pictures of them on the torch. Leave a comment if you want. Don't leave a jerky comment. Like, seriously. Anyways, yeah. But still, I totally stand against this made-up fact that there was an attack on American soil during World War I. Jello Cree out. Much love. Keep up the good fight. Whoop whoop.